I need you to put your hands behind your back. All right, here we go. Season 4, episode 2. Right now, we were headed to a trespass call. It's an ongoing problem with this transient. The little message I'll give you right now is, kids, don't do meth, or this is what you'll end up like. As always, guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and do me a favor while you're at it, hit the thumbs up. That helps get this video out to more and more people and makes it easier for me to bring this content to you guys. I've also added my Venmo link in here. If you want to donate anything to the channel to help pay for these videos, it would be greatly appreciated. 50 cents, $1, I don't care. And if you can't and you're not in the position, that is perfectly fine too. Enjoy the video and hopefully you learn something from it.
You're eating? Alright, well they don't want you here. I know it sucks. Well, I'm gonna have you hang out. Are you the one that called? No. Is there somebody else in here that called?
Probably next door.
Next door? Okay.
Nothing better than that. I didn't put my dollar in.
Did you call?
I'm sorry?
Did you call about her?
Someone else might have.
Okay. Do you want her trespassed or just have her gone?
You can have it gone.
Okay. Alright, thanks. Alright, Mary, they're not going to trespass you today, but just don't come back today, okay? Alright, you take care of yourself. I'm not right here.
No.
I'll just stand by. Oh, I'm just talking to my partner. We just have to hang out until you leave, okay?
Yeah, that was the only thing I was going to just make sure we did, because I feel like without some,
Assistance.
yeah, she's not going to.
312 quick one.
A whole lot of Fruit Loops there.
Yeah, I'm trying to open it. I can't even open it.
You got some milk?
Just look for me.
Now, if you haven't figured out by this point, this is somewhat of a slow process. And like I explain a lot of my things here in the videos because people ask me questions. Why don't you do this, or why can't you do that? And this is a situation, so I'm explaining it not because I'm justifying what we're doing. Somebody made a ridiculous comment on my last video that they thought it was funny. I was explaining why we didn't arrest the guy for his First Amendment right, like we were doing him a favor. And that has nothing to do with it. I'm explaining because people don't understand it. So in this particular case, we're stuck in a position where they want her gone. They don't want her trespassed, so we don't have criminal charges. And we can shoo her along as much as possible, but at a certain point, all you can do is sit there and tell the person over and over, let's go, hurry up, hurry up. You know, I mean, this woman moves at a snail's pace. I mean, you can tell she's just destroyed. Her body's a wreck. So it serves no purpose to really sit there and get on her or yell at her. It's not going to make anything better. So we have to stand around and wait like this. Is it tedious? Yes. Is it annoying? Yes. But unfortunately, this is just what you have to do. There is no real great solution to this. I have people comment all the time, oh, this is what the mental health counselor should take care of and things like that. And that sounds great on paper, but you have to understand this woman is a lifelong drug addict. She very well might have some mental health problems along the way, and you may not like to hear this, but she's beyond saving. She is so far gone, and you can't really see it here in the video, but when we were there in person, like if you can just see her face and her teeth and the things like that, And you deal with these people day in and day out, over and over. So it's not us being cold-hearted. It's not us not caring. It's just a harsh reality of life. And a lot of people just don't want to believe this, accept it, or understand it. But it is what it is. So here she finally gets her stuff and wanders on off. And we'll plop down at the next place that she can, hopefully out of sight. And if not, we'll get a call on it at that time. Alright, so the next call that we are headed to was a neighbor called in, said a male was suspicious in the area, was seen creeping around the side of this house that was for sale, is known to be vacant, so that's what we got called out for, to come check on. Lo and behold, to find out that this is a house that was for sale through Opendoor, and they have some sort of feature where you can sign up on an app, and they will actually give you access to their homes to go in and take a look. You have to take a photo of your ID and a few things like that, but lo and behold, that's what this guy was in the process of doing, and fortunately we intervened, which we probably saved them having a squatter move into this home.
We can do that. I'm talking to... Yes, sir.
Come on over here in the driveway and stand in front of the garage for me.
Hold on. Hold on, you stay on the phone with me. There's a Clearwater police officer here.
What's your name?
Bailey.
Bailey?
Bailey.
Okay. So we got a couple calls from people in the area, said you were just kind of milling around this house, hanging out on the front porch.
I'm talking to the landlord now. I'm going to rent this house. He gave me directions on how to get into the house. I'm talking to him now.
Okay.
Hold on, sir. Here's a Clearwater police officer. Hold on. Are you there, Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, here he is.
Hi, this is Officer Moria with Clearwater PD. Who am I speaking with?
This is Mr. William. How you doing?
Good. What is your relation to this house?
I own the property. I work for the Opendoor.
You work for Opendoor? Okay. So were you trying to give this gentleman instructions on how to get into the house?
Yeah, definitely. I'm giving her the instructions on how to make use of the Opendoor app.
Is that something you guys normally do for just random people who call you and show up in front of the house?
Yeah, definitely. It's a theft store. So they use the Opendoor app to affect the property.
Alrighty. Alright, I'm gonna give you back the gentleman. Kiss your ID there real quick. So how is it that he was supposed to get in the house?
You use the Opendoor app. You use the Opendoor app.
Okay.
And then when you use the app, I had to go to the front door, and it gives you instructions off the phone. You take a picture of your ID, the front and the back. You take a picture of the front and back. The combination on the front door wasn't working. He's talking to me on the phone. He tells me to walk around to the side door, the back door.
Okay.
He's got sliding doors here.
Okay.
I go around the back. He says, "You see the pool?" I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Do you like what you see?" I said, "Yes, I do."
You keep that at the front of the door because the Opendoor are in charge of the theft door. And
Well, I'm just gonna jot down some information while we're here, and then I'll give you back to him. And if that's what you guys normally do, then that's up to you. So.
all right, have a wonderful day. Nice
Okay.
to talk to you.
You had it in your hand just a minute ago. Do you know where you put it?
Yeah.
There it is. All right.
Hello, Billy.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Can you just stand with him for a second? I left my notepad in the car.
Alright, so let's break this down a little bit, because I can already tell, especially like from my last video, somebody is already going to be in the comments saying, "You're just picking on him because he is black. He wasn't doing anything wrong. You're profiling him." No, we got called out here by a neighbor, so I have to come and look into it. And right off the bat, some of the first words out of the guy's mouth are, "I'm on the phone with the landlord and I'm going to rent this place." Okay, it's a house that's for sale. There's no landlord and you're not going to rent it. So I know his story is bogus right off the bat. Not to mention this guy looks like a transient, okay? And you can say whatever you want about it, but there are certain things that just look the way they look, and they are. Not to mention, as soon as he opens up his wallet, there is an EBT food stamp card in there. All right, this is a $400,000 house. This guy is not buying this house, all right? He is not there for that reason. He is trying to gain entry into it, and then he will start living in there and try to claim squatters' rights. Now what I was doing back in my car here is I took his information and I went ahead and performed a warrant check on him. It's a pretty standard procedure that we do when we make contact with people out in the field, just to get a background on them real quick, find out if they have any wants or warrants, any active injunctions against them, or other outstanding pickup orders. So I'm waiting on those results right now.
You send me the application. I like to move in as soon as possible. I have the money. I got back pay from the VA. I got PTSD. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. Okay, you get me a key tomorrow. I'll just come back tomorrow and take a look at it again. Okay. Sorry, Officer Maria. I was just trying to buy a house and rent. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, you have the application for me tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow and fill out the application. I like to move in by the 1st. Okay, you want to talk to the officer before I go?
No.
Okay. Okay, I'll text you my email address after I get off the phone.
What is a good phone number for you?
727-4130, Officer Maria.
30. And Brent's your first name?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where are you staying?
I stay at 25.
Yes. Oh, hold on.
All right, so right here is where my dispatcher got back with me to inform me that he has an active warrant for his arrest out of Pinellas County. So those are good, valid warrants. They're always extraditable, and so he's going to be going to jail here shortly.
All right, Brent. So here's the only other little issue that we have here. Can my partner talk to the guy from the real estate agent again here?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
you can hang on to that for me. I need you to put your hands behind your back. You have somebody who wants to talk to you, and we'll get it all figured out here in a minute.
Okay.
All right, so. I'm gonna roll that wrist like that.
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right, Mr. Brent, you apparently have a warrant out for your arrest for failing to show up for a court date on theft charges originally, violation of probation.
That's not true. I just went to court Monday. I had a court appearance Monday at 8:30. They arraigned me on that court date. I go back this coming Monday, October the 18th at 8:30. I went in front of a judge, female judge, and they said that because it was a petty theft,
Right.
she said that I'm on bond now.
Okay.
She said, well, they bonded you out. She said, you'll come back to court next Monday on October 18th at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
I've got that on my kitchen door
Okay.
at my residence.
So here's what we're gonna do for right now. They're telling me that you have a warrant. We're gonna go over to my car. They're gonna check everything, and so if what you're saying is true, and there's just like a lapse in the paperwork or something like that, then the cuffs come off as fast as they go on.
Right.
So for right now, we gotta just go through that process because that's still in the system. Okay.
Yeah, I just went to court, sir, Monday, downtown on 49th Street.
Just like 2 days ago,
yes,
Monday.
Monday, yes.
All right. Well, here in just a second, I'll be able to look at that, and I'll tell you when it was issued. All right. Real quick, before you get in the car, do you have anything on you dangerous? Anything that would cut me, poke me, stick me? All right. Anything that would get you in trouble if you did end up going down to jail? All right. Any other pockets other than the ones here on your basketball shorts?
No.
All right.
No.
Temple. All right, go ahead. Have a seat here for right now.
Yeah.
And let me look at everything, and I'll fill you in as soon as I can. All right.
All right, so in the downtime in between that last clip, I completed an electronic affidavit for his arrest. The warrant was obviously confirmed, and we called for the transport unit, and they've now just arrived. So I'm going to transfer him from my car into the van, and that's who will bring him down to the county jail.
How are we doing today?
All right, so right now I grabbed one other piece of his property that's up here, and you're going to see here in a minute that it's actually a beer. I do make a joke about charging them with open container, but I joke about that because I never do that. That's a pretty petty thing unless I absolutely had to use it for some reason. But at this point, moving forward, I'm going to do a few things with this property, and I find some keys in his bag. hang tight and wait for the conversation that is about to occur between him and I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe him, or is this just complete nonsense talk, or what? I was never able to look into it further, so I honestly don't know the final answer, but I'm curious, what do you guys think about our interaction coming up in just a second?
What's with all these keys for cars, like a Mercedes and a
I
Corvette?
got 3 cars.
You have a Mercedes?
And I got 2 Stingrays.
And you
Yes,
got 2
I do.
Stingray Corvettes?
Yes, I do.
But you have a food stamp card.
I no longer got that. My benefits got cut off because I just got 100% disabled from the VA. And they gave me a lump sum of money. I bought 2 Corvettes and a dang old Mercedes.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. How'd you get here today then?
I called Uber here.
So you own 2 Corvettes and a Mercedes, and you Ubered over
And
here.
they parked at my residence. Yes, I did.
Why?
Because I got no driver's license. That's one of the charges that I had on me. No driver's
So why would you go out and buy 2 or 3 super expensive cars
Because,
if you don't have a driver's license?
Because all I got to do is get a breath, what do you call them, breathalyzer machines put on my vehicle.
Okay. Well, you probably should stop drinking. I mean, you had a beer in that container.
I had a beer, but I'm not driving.
You have open container. That's another arrestable offense here in the city. I could add another charge on top of what you already have for that. I'm not going to, but
Okay.
you need to start making some better decisions. All right.
All right, Officer Maria.
All right. All right. Come on out. We're gonna walk on over here, and then I'll grab all your stuff and bring it back. So if I drive over to your apartment right now, I'm gonna see all 3 of those
You gonna
cars
see 'em.
sitting in the
You
parking
sure
lot,
will.
and those keys will open them.
You sure will. They got car covers on them.
Okay. Just tuck your toes under that step. There you go.
I hope and pray I beat you over there. This is crazy. I just went to court Monday. Ain't no violations. I ain't did nothing.
Alright guys, that's pretty much where I'm going to wrap this up. From this point forward, they pretty much just swap my cuffs off of him, put one of these belts on him, allow him to move his hands to the front since he's cooperative, and then they load him up in the van. After that, I take his property, give it to the transport guy. He searches it a secondary time, and then it goes down to jail with him. So as much as I wanted to drive over to the location he was talking about for the cars, it was on the other side of town, and I couldn't go over there. But it has bothered me to this day of whether or not he actually has those 3 cars. If he does, that's insane to me. I mean, that kind of decision making, if you got a bunch of money from the government and that's how you went out and spend it, meanwhile you don't even have a driver's license. But I guess to each his own. It just bothers me a little bit because that's my taxpayers' dollars paying for that sort of nonsense. Maybe I'm being too judgmental. I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to hear down in the comments below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little something from it. If you have any questions about anything that went on, feel free to ask them in the comments below, and I will do my best to explain them if I didn't cover it along this process, which I think I'm going to try and start doing from now on. Like, as I know people are going to either critique or question things, I'll try to answer them along the way in the video so it makes sense of exactly what's going on, maybe some of my thought process and why we do some of the things we do, because it may not always be apparent right on the front end. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the support. You guys crushed it on the last video, so if you could do me a huge favor, do the same thing on this one. Smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe, join the Mikey Mo mob, and until the next video, I want you guys to take really good care of yourselves and stay safe out there. Oh, one last thing. If you've made it to this point in the video, I have been considering starting to do some other videos similar to donut operators of doing the breakdowns. Is that something you guys want to see from me or not? I don't want to step on his toes. I know that's his main deal, but I also know he gets a little burned out on doing those, and sometimes he doesn't want to do them. So I thought maybe in between I could add some of that content to this channel. So if you've made it this far and you have an opinion on that topic, I'd love to hear about that in the comments down below as well. And if you do want me to do it and you have some video clips that he either hasn't done yet or you know of, feel free to send them to me at any time and I'll look into it.